Oh yeah. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, man. Cut some slabs of Barela Blue Chrysocolla. Hey guys, back with another video again. I hope you guys really enjoy it. We dug out some Barela Blue. We opened up the vein. Looking forward to getting back there and doing some more digging. But in the meantime, we cut up a lot of stuff. If you do want to see what we cut up and what we got out of it, you can go ahead and skip ahead to like the last 20 minutes of the video. But if not, I hope that you guys really enjoy it. So let's get into it and get rocking. Little trace, but get down into it to get to it. Pocket in here, that's what we're looking at. This is just so weathered on this edge. Stringer. Yeah. Just surface. Getting barely into the edge of it right here. It's mainly malachite here on the outer edge because it's more weathered. hand holds real quick. Roto hammer out. I guess this would be the footwall, because it kind of trends that way a little bit. It's just a pure 90. Good bit of chrysocolla to this whole zone right here. This stuff's a little crusty, as expected for being weathered on the surface like that. But let me go grab my spray bottle. A little bit. You can see where the quartz became infilled by that chrysocolla and gave it just a little blue color. But you can see the chrysocolla. A lot of malachite over here, just due to vein weathering. Okay, yeah, there's plenty of rock under there supporting me. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't cut out underneath there. But this stuff's literally all over the place. Super blue. So it seems like we have the country rock right here, which is some sort of schistose. Schistose rock. I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't believe this is the latite that is out here, but it's almost nice. But we have the country rock, then we have our copper bearing vein. You can see all the quartz that runs through here, almost like Stockworks. You can see strings of quartz like that. That's a good example of what I saw. Piece that had just like a pure little quartz vein running through it. But anyways, you have this mineral bearing vein, country rock, and then right here is a much softer, altered. It could be the country rock that just got altered, but it's like, you can see just how easily I'm able to dig into it. It's like very yellow, which makes our job really easy because I don't really have to sit here and beat the vein itself to get chunks of the vein out. You could just dig down right inside next to it, right
inside of the altered zone and free up our, see, there's malachite. You can see just how green that is. Because it's on the edge of this altered zone where it's very easily weathered. It's very soft, so the water gets in there with minimal effort. It's almost like clay. You just see how soft and just like white clay just breaks apart. Work it a little bit. Unaltered. Or unmineralized quartz. Very slight iron condensate. If you want to take a look at that piece. Very complicated stuff. So it's mainly malachite on this portion, but I know as we get deeper, give me a little bit to it, but like I said, mainly malachite. Okay, do you have a hand broom? This is the best looking area right here. I know there's more down in there, but we'll have to dig this down a little more to get to that part. Right in there. We've had a couple people mention like, oh, you should tie off. Well, if I tie off and then the rope catches me and I smack my head on the wall, then it would probably be a lot worse than just falling up 15 feet and twisting an ankle. And as well, just gotta use caution. And also, if you fall and then you're hanging there, that's extremely hazardous to your health because it cuts off blood circulation to your lower extremities. So it's just, in my situation, I don't want to tie off. I don't want to be wearing a harness. I just got to be careful and not be stupid, not get in a rush. This whole thing wants to come out. Can't pull any. Well, there goes digging that lower part for right now. Myself a little footpath so that I'm not like having to step on sliding rock. Should probably get rid of that. We'll get there. All right. Cool. Alright, time to get to work. Surface stuff. We'll go through it all. Get cut. Okay, I'm gonna grab some ears just for the harder rock. There's some good areas to it. There. Okay. Hard to tell till it's wet. Some of it is so dusty. Okay. Looks like there's some good stuff. Just on the edge. Right in here though, this is where the good stuff's at. Some really nice looking material in there. If you want to walk around and come take a look at that one's a tapper right there for sure, Teddy. So you can see it's just thin on the surface, but it may widen as we go down, but it's just really nice gemmy blue, and if I could shine a light on it right now, it'd be partly translucent as well. So that's really what we're looking for. And I could see more of it down in here. Just doesn't matter for you. Not really anything to that one, but this is where it's at right here. Take a look at it once we pull the pieces out. Keep them from raining down. But yeah, so there's some pretty good looking stuff on some of it. Some of it not so much, but we're just getting on the edge of it right now where it starts. This is probably the best looking one. And you can see just how nice and gemmy blue that is. That one's definitely high grade. And this, you can't tell right now, but you can see some blue here and then blue in here. So meaning there's another line. That one's actually even green, but there will be a line that runs through the whole thing. That's a really nice color. Just getting rid of everything that's loose, and then we'll have to bust the rest out with a hammer. Piece, because in this area you could get really nice stringers of that silicated chrysocolla that really are high value. That has some decent stuff to it. More green on that piece, but really what we're looking for is that blue. Get it all brushed off. This whole thing right in here is just great color. Fortunately, part of it's fractured, but it's some really nice stuff. If you want to bring me the camera so I could get a better shot of what it looks like. Alright, so you can see there's a really nice color in through here, and then there's a really nice color right here. And who knows, I mean, it could just be malachite that's weathered on the surface, and this whole thing could open up gemmy as we pop the piece out. That's the goal. And then there's another area. Get the spray bottle working again. Another area that's real gemmy, kind of over here. Kind of hard to tell, but there's quartz or silicated stuff over there. So just gonna keep working this section right here and try and get a big piece out right here. jimmy back in here too, through this area that hasn't been exposed, which is good. Happy about that. Yet. Hard. Have to crack it with the rock hammer. Of course, everything stuff now that I see that it got cracked and exposed. Get a little wiggle on that. Back a little bit. This whole thing decides to come. Can see it wiggling a little bit, but everything is wiggling actually all the way back into here. I'm sure this will upset the ants again. Something very thin. Nothing worth pursuing, that's for sure. And typically when it's so weathered like this, it kind of gets pitting. It's just not worth digging anyways. Gotta get down into the harder stuff like this piece that I'm trying to pry out right now. See how pretty it looks. I mean, it's not ugly by any means, but it's not what we're looking for. Almost turquoise with the pattern that it has. I'm looking for solid blue. See, the opposite is true with this stuff. Is it, you know, with turquoise they look for pattern. I mean, although there's people that like, you know, clear blue is that, as far as that stuff goes too, but typically people like spiderweb. With this stuff, people like pure blue. They want it to be as free of any other color as possible, and nice and translucent if possible. This way. lot of good stuff in this piece right here. A lot of really nice deep blue. I'm by no means a super big expert on it yet, but I've kind of learned what cuts well and what doesn't, and what kind of to look for when it comes to this material. Some thin blue layer on it. I think you cracked off that blue. So you can see what I just pulled out of that spot. Look how gemmy this is. Especially this piece. I mean, it's killer. But there's little thin, that one not so much. But I mean, that's awesome looking. Really gemmy. So that's what we're looking for right there. Those are like pocket pieces. Just got to work on clearing this overburden because that pocket is right here, or that vein that has all that gemminess in there. Okay, let's see if there's anything on this one. I don't think so, but you never know, it could surprise you. And just malachite. Well, on the bottom of the vein there's a little bit here. If you want to zoom in, you can see it's translucent. You can see the sunlight shining through it pretty much. So it might be worth cutting this piece off. A lot of this stuff has to be processed. It's not just like solid blue all the way through, but this stuff will have a lot of solid blue. We're getting a good little pile going. That's that other half. That wasn't really all that, kind of lackluster. There's some good stuff in here. Silicated. And a lot of it, oh yeah, I mean, just the chips are beautiful. Pull them out and show you what I'm talking about. Look at that. How blue those things are. And like I said, gemmy. I mean, that piece you could take and cut into a cab. It'll be blue, transparent, almost gem silica. It'd be a very small stone, but I'll cut it. Maybe I should make a little jar with little chips in them, like for a little necklace or something. Give it away to one of you guys. Or gals. Put that in your pocket, that piece. Alright, so I know now there's a really, really good look. Oh yeah. It's really good looking in there. Let me bring the camera. So look at this right in here. Sorry, my big finger's in the way, but yeah. So one can only assume that it travels downward into here, but this is just really, really good looking in here. So I'm just gonna do my best to kind of try and clear all this that's around it so that we can get a piece of that out. Coming out of this piece. Tumbling, whatever. It'll be good for all sorts of stuff. It's just raining blue out of the hole. Let's see, here's a good little chunk of it. And that's what we're looking for, it really is. I'm excited about this pocket. Wet it for you. I don't care if my gloves get wet. Look at that. Like I said, even the small chips, I mean, that is about as close to gem silica as you get without being chalcedony or chalcedony. Look at that. Pure blue. You could see through it just holding it up to the sunlight. The camera won't pick it up, but I'll definitely show you when we get home what that looks like. Here you go. If you want to give me a sandbag and I could start sacking up some of this really good stuff that I know is guaranteed good. So I just pulled this piece out of here. You can see where it fits in right here. But the edge had just gotten chipped while it was being excavated. But you can see just how gemmy blue that thing is. And I suspect that this whole piece is pretty much all similar material. Can't really know till we get it home and clean up the edges on the cab machine or something similar, but yeah, I mean, you could even see this little edge that broke in here. I mean, that whole thing is just gem, and it's extremely dense, as if it's all silica. So pretty cool. So this is a little piece that is a chip that had come off. And you could just see just how gemmy and translucent. Really, this one's like almost transparent. See that? So this is why we're here digging. Zones, mineralization here. Actually, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we got more over here. It's nice and gemmy. Really gemmy. So there's so many stringers of really nice silicated material in here. It's gonna know where to dig. And that doesn't really have much. Not a whole lot that I could see there, but there was a good bit in that. It just came out right next to it, so. I think there's another little seam right in here too. That is also pretty good looking. Let's see if I can put this piece. bit in there. Mainly malachite. I know there's good stuff in this strike here, so I'll be cautious on what you're breaking. Yeah, that looks fine to break. That's very thin stringer. I'm sure this is going to make the ants very angry again, but let's see if we can move this. There it goes. By little. This piece wants to come off. Crumbly stuff. There's a huge chunk of that's coming out right now. I'm sure the ants think it's theirs big. The whole ground's moving all the way to over here. Has to come out. Alright. It must come. Alright, it's separated from this, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, so first things first, we'll just take this back up in here, stack it up. So that we don't lose any potential good stuff as we pull the big piece out. We want to pull everything out that we possibly can to be able to evaluate it. Just throw it back up in there. Set that up there. Pieces. Ready? Oh, wait, we got one piece. Come apart. Alright. Let's see. A whole bunch of malachite. Good bit of silicated stuff in there as well. Alright. Now for the big bunker. Over there for you to see. So you can see, I mean, there's a ton of chrysocolla all through this whole thing. Some good chunks down in here. Kind of got loose. Gotta muck that out because there's a lot of good stuff in there. Sorry, ants. That's a lot of good stuff in here. Okay, if you want to come walk around here, I'll show you what's kind of just came loose in here. Down. Let's see. Okay, let's see. There's some good pieces in here. Like this one has, I don't know if it's amethyst or fluorite, but there's purple all over it. I think it's fluorite. And then you can see this is all just, it's not really usable, but it's heavily silicified chrysocolla, or not silicated, I should say. Yeah, see, same. And these were just kind of chips off that those bigger chunks I pulled out, so that'll give you a idea of what's in the bigger pieces next to it. That one's almost chrysoprasy, but look at that right there. Oh yeah, that is gem. Beautiful. So just kind of go through here and pull out the real gemmy chunks. There's another one of those chips. Once again, it's crusty, so you can't really see the translucency on the other side because it's got so much iron on it, but just see how beautifully gemmy that material is. I mean, that's what we're after. And there's some stuff mixed in here. Most of it's going to be just surrounding host rock, but we definitely got a good chunk out of that. And then that was one of the first ones to come out, but this one just came out. I mean, like, look at that. That purple dots in there, and just jammy. And that was just the edge of this piece that just kind of broke loose right now, but you can see there's just a ton of blue in there. I mean, this is gonna cut an awesome piece. There's a lot of blue in it. And you can see that purple I'm talking about. When it's wet, it kind of is a bit darker, but there's a lot of purple throughout it, so I'm kind of curious as to what it would be. Anyways, let me get back to freeing up some more of this material. There's a whole chunk that's going to come out right now. Okay, so you can see it runs right in here. Get it to focus. Okay, yep. So it's a thin vein. As you can see, it's very silicated. Some stuff gets copper mineralization, some not so much. But it varies for thin veins like this. The whole thing usually isn't all blue all the way through. But you can see, like, right in here, it's a little bit more blue. A little bit. Not too crazy. But we can open it up and just kind of see. So let's just look at the top of it. Okay, you can see a little bit starting right in here, but not a lot. Okay, there's a little bit of greens on that one. Just throw it up there. this top host rock. All that's gonna be too crumbly to use. Yeah, I mean, you could just see like it just breaks right apart, and it's just too soft to use any of this stuff that's on the surface. The yellow probably is a copper mineral, though, if I had to guess. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but there is a yellow copper mineral. And that's a semi-okay piece, huh? Crumbly. It's got a little blues, but nothing crazy. Okay, now I'm going to clear it off, and this is the next chunk to come out. So I broke into this area here, and there's a ridiculously super rich silicated area here. Let me set this down, dump my shovel real quick. Look at this stuff. I mean, it's just, every piece that comes out is just killer. Some stuff, this is just, I don't know if that was part of it, but oh yeah, there is, I mean, like, look at it, how blue that is on there. And then all this is like just pure goodness. I mean, look at that. That is, I mean, look at that, hold it up. See that? It's ocean blue. I mean, let's tighten my bottle real quick. Yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, man. This is the stuff that sells per carat. Like, that is on par with any gem silica. So let me just keep working this little pocket that I got here, because I'm just amped up about it. It's just so good looking. Look at that. Just look how pure blue it is. I mean, it's like facetable. It's just, here, take it. It's just beautiful. Tiny little piece. I don't even want to throw it away because it's so gorgeous. See straight through the whole thing right here. That whole corner is just completely translucent. Oh, this is awesome. This is what I was hoping to dig into. I was unsure whether or not it would get more gemmy, and it has not disappointed me one bit. Through this area, we'll just have to brush it off very gently and see what we got going on here, because yeah, it's still coming out of here. Weird stringer that we hit there. I hope that it opens up. Only dream. see there's more exposed on that edge right there, so that's a good sign. It's just so blue, man. It just blows me away. So blue. That chip is gone forever, but that's okay. I look like a dork, I'm sure. Trying to save little tiny chips, but like I said, they'd make a cool little jar. Looks like that silica vein, kinda. Just hasn't got enough of the clear infill up here at the top. Let's see. It's almost there. So looks like it's coming down from up here and going to the full crack here. Some fairly good stuff right there on that. Set that to the side right there. Got a good pile of stuff working. I'll show you what this looks like. I don't know if it's going to be too much, but it's just kind of what we look for. So you can see got slant mineralization as far as the kind of translucent, and then there's even like a little purple in there as well, pinks. But we'll have to crack it to really see with a piece like that. But that's right along that strike where we're pulling out those really, really awesome gemmy pieces. I believe there's a couple more pieces there. I could possibly almost be what we're looking for. Let's see. It's kind of crumbly. More of that tricky-ness on top. Let's see. Very thin. Okay. So it doesn't continue over this way. It could continue back in this way. So what we'll do is we'll stick this under here. Give it a good little crackaroo. I'll look at what's coming out from underneath it. There's a little blue I could see. Rock. Looks like I was right. Oh yeah. Just pull out some pieces and I'll show you again. It does open up into more right there, so that's a good sign. Look how dark blue that is. There's like the piece that just had broke right off of it. So that's going to be nice. And that's another piece from it, so that'll be good stuff. That will be good stuff right there. You can see there's some more of that gemminess in and around here. As the sun has come behind the clouds, it's harder for the camera to pick up. I like the first stuff we were pulling out. Not quite as super blue, but we got a good little bit of that really blue stuff out, so I'm happy with that. A lot of malachite on it. This piece should come out now. Yep, there we go. Okay, so there's more of that fluorite. Some purple. At least that's what I'm speculating it is, because it just seems too mixed into different rocks to be an amethyst. Now the sun comes back out a little bit, yeah. But look at all the malachite all over this piece. It's not really going to be much on that one. This one may have a thin zone, but either way, I just like it for the purple. Could probably tab that and get a weird green, purple, Tiffany-esque mix. So, that'd be a cool one. Big chunk in here that's about to come out. You can see it right here. It's locked in though. So I'll have to loosen it. I'm hoping there's more of that purple in there because it's very cool looking. Rock, yep. So, nasty looking stuff. Okay, let me see. Anything else? There's there. Good chunk out. Got a lot of blue to it. We'll have to see what it looks like. A lot of ants on it as well. The whole side of it is just covered in ants. I'll just set that there for a second, let them return home, so to speak. And I want to stick a pry bar up under that part. Or just see what we get. See if there's another little chunk hiding under there. Step all over my high grade pile to avoid the ants. They're just all over the place in here. We'll just leave that for now. It ain't going nowhere. Hopefully they'll have dug their colony back a bit by the time we return to film part 3. But as you can see, I moved quite a bit of dirt. All this rock that's up here, as well as some that's over there, behind you, was removed. get a little capture in my hole real quick.
And here's some pieces of Barela Blue that nobody's seen yet. We'll see them after this video at the shows that we'll be doing, but some really nice pieces. That fell on my foot and not on the floor. Really cool looking stuff, that's for sure. And you can see just how jammy it is. At the edge it's still pretty thick, but see the light shine right through that part. So, hope you enjoyed our finds, and I hope you follow us on our journey to find more. Cut some slabs of Barela Blue Silicated Chrysocolla. Some big old bands of fluorite in there. Gem silica and cuts. Just kind of working on processing this piece of Barela Blue and chip this piece off. Look at that. Nice gemmy looking stuff. Here's one of the pieces of Barela Blue that we got out of the vein. Zoom in. Pretty awesome. Pretty large chunk. This was the biggest one. See bits of purple in there. Pretty awesome. So I got some pieces. We're trimming up. Kind of hard to tell what's there with the oxide layers that are on it and everything. This one's a little more visible. Already trimmed these up. How gemmy blue that material is, and it has veins that run through it all the way through, so you just remove this when you're cabbing it and you get gem silica layers. So here we go. Let's see, we'll cut this piece first. It's got some really good looking stuff to it. This one I'm just gonna take a slice off this side and we'll see what it looks like. So you can see there's multiple zones. Of color within it. One here, one at the bottom. So the best thing we can do is kind of just remove this, face that a little bit to get into the color so we can really see what it looks like. Okay, so there's some really good color in there. So we'll probably leave this whole part one piece because you can see the color goes all the way through. We'll cut right along this white line that runs through here. We'll get two pieces out of this, a thick one and a thin one. Oh yeah, I mean, like, look at that. some of my ocean picture stone because it's about as ocean picturesque as you can get. Really nice. So that'll produce some good stuff. You can see how deep the blue is on the top. So you just got to take the top skin down. Can't really tell on this side, but you can see it in there. So if you just remove a little excess weight so that the person buying it doesn't have to pay for it. Okay, next piece, we'll do this one. And you can see this iron mineralization that runs through here, and it goes at an angle, so we'll cut it at that angle to get a nice even bottom parallel to our gemminess. Got a nice base for that. And we'll take this top layer off. That's all white. There could be some that opens up in there, but chances are there's not. So we'll start in at it. Now we'll take this side off. Hopefully we'll see a reveal. Okay, got malachite on that side. So what I'm gonna do, take another slice off of this side just to see if we can get that blue to start showing. And for people that are concerned about me cutting myself, you can see you can't cut yourself on this. Take another slice. And this one will definitely start showing some blue without a doubt. So we can get an idea of where that infill begins. So just a little bit starting to appear. These rocks off of me. Okay, take a little bit more off this side. Okay. So I think with this piece it's dipping down, so alright. So as you can see, we got a good bit of that gemmy blue showing. Just kind tighten that edge up. Okay. So we could tell that it goes in this far. And then can't really see it on this back side, although there is some vein chrysocolla that runs through it. So that's probably where the infill kind of originated from. But I'm just going to set that one off to the side right now so we don't waste too much time cutting it. Let's see. This will be the next piece. So we'll first start off, get us a reveal on this side. Okay, we can see a little bit starting to show in there. Okay. So, best bet for this one, since it's going to be a small piece, we're just going to take a slice at an angle like this. See some blue showing on the bottom there, so that piece is good. And we just remove a little excess here, so nobody's paying for the weight. Yep, and you can see the blue starting to show there, and it shows all the way through on that side, and then you can see that it cuts right through there. So we'll just smooth that top up real quick. All right, that one's good to go. Next piece, it's a bigger piece. Move all this crud out of the way. It adds up fast, which is a good thing. I don't want anybody to feel like they're paying for waste rock. Just for the sake of, once again, removing waste rock, because either way you're not going to be able to cab something that's at an angle like that. So go ahead and cut it off, and there you can see our blues being revealed. Okay, so we're going to follow that angle right there. Got some nice blue reveal on the top. You can see that vein runs all the way from here to here. So now we'll remove the sharp edges that aren't servicing anybody. Okay. Here's a little piece of that Barela Blue Fluorite gem silica silicated chrysocolla. Stuff is hot.
Here's some little bits of our Barela Blue. See just how gemmy they are. So hold this up to the sunlight real quick. You can see completely through it. It's almost transparent. See the sun shines straight through it. Just little bits. So here's a couple little real thin slices I took. You could see all the way through it. Pretty cool looking stuff. So here's a piece that I've been working on of the Barela Blue. Gem Silica Fluorite Chrysocolla. Could have little bits of chrysoprase, and it has some sphalerite to it. You can see the metallic sheen in there. And if you hold it up to the light, you can see that's why I say I think it could have some chrysoprase to it, because it's very transparent. But anyways, just working on forming it. As you can see, it takes a pretty good polish. Working on the 600 right now. And here's some preforms that I've kind of worked out. And this is solid blue. This one will make a nice pendant. I'm gonna dop it and get it nice and even as far as perfect circle as I can. Some really nice looking stuff though, that's for sure. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll have some stuff available for purchase. We have quite a few slabs that are left. So we'll leave the information at the bottom of the video if you want to reach out and make some stuff of your own with this beautiful material. It's one of a kind. Nowhere else in the world produces it. Nobody else in the world digs it. So you can rest assured that you'll have a one-of-a-kind piece of jewelry if you incorporate it into it. Hope you enjoyed the video.